So the playoff matchup has been set. The Chargers will travel to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars next week, wild card weekend. And personally, just personally, I think this was the best matchup that the Chargers could possibly have going into wild card weekend, going into their first playoff game in 4 years. I think the Jaguars are a good team, but they are a young team, right? They're a team who is trying to find their footing right now. And honestly, they have been playing some decent football, but they have been the beneficiary of being in a very, very, very weak division. They won the division with a losing record. And, I think that speaks a lot, right? Now, I'm not saying that Jacksonville is not a good team, but I do think that they are the most inexperienced team coming into the playoffs. Even though the Chargers haven't been there in 4 years, their inexperience showed the other night when they played the Titans. I think they got away from things that they do well, and a lot of their players really, really felt the pressure to perform, and they ended up winning the game, via a defensive touchdown. So I think the Chargers are a little more prepared for this moment. Now, obviously, we know what happened yesterday, right? We know what happened in the game. We understand Mike Williams, the injury. We understand that Brandon Staley keeping the starters in too long and almost derailing, this momentum that the Chargers have. But I do think the Chargers will be fine. The only thing that I worry about more than that is Brandon Staley playing his hand. And what I mean by that is him leaving his defense in to get torched by Russell Wilson and the lowly Denver Broncos. This Broncos offense is not a good offense at all. They are pretty much, bottom five in every category as far as offense goes. They have had their struggles all season long, right from kickoff of, the very first game. They've had their struggles offensively. They obviously fired their coach before the season could end. And, this offense, even though they played a lot better and they did make some changes in their final 2 or 3 games, they are not the offense that Jacksonville is, right? Jacksonville has the potential, to really put up points every single game that they go out there. They do make some mistakes. Sometimes the protection isn't great, but they are a offense that can really, really make some noise once they get in rhythm. But this team, this Charger team is prepared. They're prepared to play this Jaguars team. There's obviously added incentive. This Jaguars team came to SoFi week 3, and they beat the snot out of the Chargers. Even though that was the week where a lot of things snowballed and got bad, that was 10 days after the Justin Herbert rib injury. That was also the game Rashawn Slater went down. It was also the game Joey Bosa went down. And it was also the game that Jalen Guyton was out for the season, tearing his ACL. So I do believe that this game, this playoff game, can be a game that the Chargers really look at as a game to go and get their lick back, so to speak, right? They want to be able to face this team again. The motivation is going to be there, right? You really don't need to motivate this team by any other means. This is a team that beat you down 38-10 at home. They embarrassed you. They had the home fans booing, right? And, obviously this is the playoffs. So this is a win or go home situation. So I do believe the Chargers are really, really suited to have success here. Again, I only worry about the Chargers showing their hand. Doug Peterson is a Super Bowl winning coach. He has a lot of experience. He's coached in playoff games, obviously the Super Bowl. So I think, he is going to have his team ready. I think that offense is really, really going to make up for what they didn't do against the Titans the other night. And I think that they are going to be, ready to play this game. So it's going to be up to the Chargers to kind of weather the storm and, really, really make this game a physical game, stop the run, also be able to run the ball, but also be able to be efficient in the red zone, not rely on field goals and score touchdowns when needed. So this is a good matchup for the Chargers, all things considered. Again, we understand the Mike Williams situation, right? We understand that, and hopefully he is going to be close to 100%, if not 100%, 85, maybe 90%, whatever, right? He doesn't need to be exactly 100% to play and to make, somewhat of an impact, right? He's a guy that can stretch the field and make things easier for Keenan Allen to work underneath and, also Austin Eckler out of the backfield as well. But this is the matchup I think the Chargers really wanted. this is a chance for them to really, really start the momentum, the playoff momentum. And this game, even though it's not going to be an easy game, I think this game is going to really, really give them the confidence that they need to build, to eventually, start looking towards the divisional round and hopefully past that as well too. I think this game is going to be a very, very, very good game, but this is going to be a hard fought game. But hopefully they're able to pull it out, man. I hope that they're able to pull it out. But there's going to be a lot of movement, as far as the line goes, right? If you're into to gambling and all of that stuff, the line, the spread, there's going to be a lot of movement, right? It's going to depend a lot on who's able to play. The status of Mike Williams, right? It looked like Joey Bosa might have tweaked something in the game yesterday as well, too. But, only time will tell. We'll see how these injuries play out. We'll see how these players respond to it. And we'll see how the teams are able to respond around these injuries, right? Maybe they have to, make some roster moves or whatever. It's going to be a lot to be learned as the week goes on. But as a Charger fan, I am excited. I've let the disappointment of yesterday go. I'm refocused on rooting for this team, and hopefully they give us something good to root for, on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, whenever they play. I hope that they are focused, and I hope that they are ready to play some playoff football because, to be honest with you, it's going to be really, really good to see this team in the playoffs. The last time was, okay, things didn't end well, but I think they have a chance to really make some noise here. So this is the matchup that I wanted. I think this is the matchup that really, really favors the Chargers the most, and we'll see what happens from there. But just had to make this video, man. The gauntlet has been set. This is the time. This is the time. No more excuses. No more numbers, right? No more records. Everybody's 0-0 coming into the playoffs. 0 wins, 0 losses. So everybody's going to be able to make their legacy based off of what they do here in these playoffs. That's the only thing that matters. And really, that's the only thing that is going to matter going forward, right? At least in this postseason. So I can't wait to see what happens. Hopefully you guys are excited. And, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think is going to happen. Let me know if you think the Chargers are going to win. Let me know if you think they're going to get upset, because I do think the Chargers are going to be favored coming into this game. They have the better team, 1-53, and, obviously the better quarterback as well, too. So it's going to be a challenge, but I think it's going to be a good game. Just had to come on here and say that, even though yesterday didn't turn out the way that we wanted to, got to let it go, got to move on. They got a playoff game to get to. It's win or go home. It's nut-cutting time, as they say in the South. So very, very excited. But that's all I got for this one, guys. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Really, really appreciate it. Shout out to all my new subscribers. Really appreciate you guys. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. Hit that button below me, and don't forget to smash that like button on the way out as well, too. I'll be back again tomorrow with more content, and until next time.